Small intestine. The small intestine is largest part of your digestive system. It extends from stomach pylorus to the large intestine cecum. It is long and highly coiled hollow tubular structure, measuring about 6.5 to 7 meters in length to 0.5 to 3 centimeters in diameter and surface area of small intestinal mucosa average 30 square meter. The length of small intestine is greater in male than in female. It receives bile juice and pancreatic juice through the pancreatic duct, controlled by sphincter of Od.
Duodenum. Greek word dodecadactylos means 12 fingers. It is C-shaped anterior most part of a small intestine receiving the pylorus.
It is C-shaped anterior most part of a small intestine, receiving the pylorus. It is the shortest part of the small intestine, measuring about 25 centimeters in length. Duodenum is the widest and most flexible part of the small intestine. It receives both pancreatic duct from the pancreas and hepatopancreatic duct from both liver and pancreas and is, therefore, considered most active site for digestion. The duodenum contains Brunner's glands, which produce a mucus-rich alkali secretion containing bicarbonate. Suspensory muscle of duodenum, or ligament of Treitz. This is a fibromuscular band which suspends and supports the duodenojejunal flexure. It arises from the right crus of the diaphragm, close to the right side of the esophagus, passes downwards behind the pancreas, and is attached to the posterior surface of the duodenojejunal flexure and the third and fourth parts ophthocast the duodenum. 4 parts of duodenum. Duodenum is divided into 4 parts. First, superior part. Second, descending part. Third, horizontal part. Fourth, ascending part. First part of the duodenum. It is 5 centimeters long, lies anterolateral to body of L1 vertebrae. Most movable part. Second part of the duodenum. It is 8 to 10 centimeters long, descends along right sides of L1 through L3 vertebrae. Third part of the duodenum. It is 10 centimeters long, crosses L3 vertebrae. Fourth part of the duodenum. It is 2.5 centimeters long. Begins at left of L3 and rises superiorly as far as superior border of L2 and continues with jejunum. Jejunum. The jejunum is the midsection of the small intestine, connecting the duodenum to the ileum. Jejunum lies behind the duodenum, constituting about 2/5 of the small intestine. It is about 2.5 meters long and contains the plicae circulars and villi that increase its surface area. Products of digestion, sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids are absorbed into the bloodstream here. The suspensory muscle of duodenum marks the division between the duodenum and the jejunum. Ileum. Ileum is the posterior most part of the small intestine, constituting remaining 3/5 of the small intestine, about 2.5 to 3 meters in length. Open into the cecum through ileocecal aperture, guarded by ileocecal valve. The ileocecal valve opens into the cecum and prevents regurgitation of food from cecum into small intestine. It is the largest part of the small intestine. Histology of the small intestine. Duodenal glands, Brunner's glands, produce mucus buffers. Urogastrone. Plicae, transverse folds of the intestinal lining villi. Finger-like projections of the mucosa lacteals. Terminal lymphatic and villus, intestinal glands Vakash Mishra. Lined by neuroendocrine, goblet, and stem cells. Function of small intestine. Systematically breaks food down. Absorption of digestive food. Extracts water. Moves food along the gastrointestinal tract. Digestion of the food finally.